Nice to be here with everyone. So, whatever I say is just a description of what it's like here. And, it has been constantly changing and it isn't a reflection of anything. It's just amusing uh, how much comes up to disappear and what that does to the body continuously. How the emptying out might not feel like an emptying out in the moment because if something is arising, it takes up everything. And the mind can be quite chaotic, sensations can be quite intense. So there can be confusion. There can be like, I don't really know what is happening. And it's just kind of playing out. And you don't really have too much of a choice. It kind of has to run its course in a way. But as this keeps emptying out, I think more so recently, I'm not sure if that's true. You could really feel the peace of this, like the internal peace, the lack of chaos, the inability to really be bothered by much, even when the mind is saying whatever it wants. It's not really registered anymore. Like the attention doesn't quite solidify there. Um, but this isn't something to mimic or imagine. It's because it seems like here the body is able to function better because it can now naturally see more of the whole. It doesn't quite register the little bits as much anymore, if at all. And so I guess that's what I'm seeing now. Something is continuously just clarifying on its own, burning up on its own, and this is the effect it has on the body. It definitely isn't touched the way that it used to be affected, I guess. I mean, even though it's fucking chaos right now, it's just ridiculous what's happening in the world. Um, but there is a knowing like it can be really horrible. You see what effect it can have on people. And it's not nice. But I guess it's just interesting to see that even with that, it doesn't seem to hold on to that in the same way. Because something has really diminished the fear of life, the fear of missing out, the fear of not becoming something, not amounting to something. The anxiety that kind of those kinds of ideas produce in the body. It's all become irrelevant and nonsensical. Mm. And therefore, the flip side of that is the fear of death or the fear. There's just fear. It can it can show up as fear of living life, fear of death. It's kind of the same in a way. And so throughout the years of accumulating the meaning to your life, it creates more and more fear of losing, changing, changes happening that are out of your control, that will ruin your dream or your expectation of life and how you want it to go. Like there are so many ways that the body is then, it cares deeply. This does seem to bring you to the edge of life and death repeatedly, more consistently than before. Um, because before you're still just completely lost in the dream. You might have moments of feeling really down and devastated and feeling the loss of something. Um, but the dream is still quite intact. So there are just extreme fluctuations. Um, Here it can kind of seem like that dream is or has really deconstructed itself. And so you can't really live there anymore. And so without that, then the body is actually able to feel what is actually here, which is a fine line between life and death. Because if you don't have the reason to live, like the hope in things, hope in a imaginary life or outcome, you're brought to what is actually here. And so that's what burns up that fear, that edge is more prominent than ever, which is can be quite uncomfortable and terrifying or alarming. But it seems like when the body it has no choice but to feel through it and in different areas of life and over, it seems to burn up. And so the life and death become not distinguishable. There is no real actual difference. Like that's energetically how it feels. So nothing is really running away from death or grasping onto life. And so beyond that fight is just a piece. Like all of that stuff becomes irrelevant. It's not registered anymore. You're living in a completely different non-place than everyone else in the world. And that's why nothing makes sense. The way that everyone is living and how they're trying to get some comfort just feels very fake to you. It's like all of it is temporary relief. And to be able to see life this clearly, it really is a gift. I don't really think about it, but um, it's so rare. I'm so glad that it happened. And I've definitely had moments where it's like, I don't know if this is worth it. You know, I I definitely had thoughts that came up of like, it was better. It was better to be completely lost in the dream, losing, gaining, thinking that I'm getting somewhere, but feeling horrible about myself and blaming myself and feeling miserable and never feeling good enough. But at least I could talk to people and commiserate with their misery because I feel exactly the same way. We're both deluded. We're all deluded together. And it's not registered that way. It's ignorance. And maybe that is blissful. Thoughts like that can come up when you go through this because it's like this can feel quite intense. It's territory that not many people will fall into. So it does become harder to relate to others. And that can be part of the difficulty for sure. But on the other hand, it's like, yeah, no wonder this doesn't happen to people. Like, if everybody is living completely deluded, um, yeah, what are the chances? Well, that's why this isn't a choice. Like, you can't really choose this. So in that world, it does feel like you need so much. so much. Friendship, partnership, a certain type of life, certain type of lifestyle. It's a massive burden, desperately trying to maintain or get that. And you only see that really clearly when it's dissolving or when it's gone. It's like, wow, what peace to not need any of that stuff. And then everything just falls into place. You don't give a shit really about what people think of you. And it's not in a like grandiose position kind of thing. It's more, it becomes totally irrelevant because you don't need anything from them. And that doesn't mean that care can't be there. Like if someone's having difficulties and stuff, it can arise. But yeah, you're not obligated to anything or anyone. You can't compromise, you can't twist yourself up to appear a certain way, be something for someone, live a certain way for someone. Um, in a way, even yourself, like meaning there can be certain ideas that you have of yourself that you uphold yourself to, and that dissolves too. But yeah, when I say that then the whole is kind of more apparent, it's like the practicalities of life become the base. It just is. It's very apparent. And there isn't the clutter of me, how it defines me, how I need to grow it, how I need to, like, I was getting meaning from it somehow, and that's gone. It's just the basic needs of the body. It has survival needs, and that's just more clear. That's like the only thing. And it's not in an intense, fearful way of, it doesn't have the desperation anymore that comes with the personal energy of it means something about me if I succeed or fail. So yeah, that's fucking freedom. I wouldn't trade this for anything. But yeah, that's just me. I can't speak for anyone else. Um, I can't say to anyone that this is what you want. I can't. I think whoever says that is just fooling themselves. It's a very arrogant stance. So, if you would like to interact, you're welcome to raise your hand and just, yeah, I'd like to just meet you exactly where you are. Don't feel the need to be any different. Hey, Evo,
Hey Suzanne.
it's
Hey
nice to see
everyone.
you.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, I like the blonde hair.
Thank you so much. I like it too. May I ask, how are you?
Yeah, doing well, much better than, yeah, the start of this year.
Okay, it's nice to hear.
Yeah. How about you?
I'm feeling good.
Mm,
Feeling actually pretty good. Um, Yesterday I was going for a walk and I was observing myself and I felt hmm, that my body feels fine.
mm,
My body feels good.
nice.
Um, the body's walking. The body has power. The body is excited. Um, then there's, I don't know how to describe it, but something more here going on. A little bit like panic and, ooh, what shall I do? How's the future? How can I implement stuff into the future? How can I control the future? How can I get what I want in the future and from the future? and, and I think I know this feeling and I know how it is to get really immersed in that feeling that I just described. And yesterday, when I was going for a walk, it was just very interesting to see, yeah, somehow the difference, like feeling that the body is fine and actually pretty good and very, yeah, just feeling nice. And then and then the whatever. Uh,
Mm,
control, panic, whatever thing.
yeah.
This was very nice, actually. Recently, I'm trying to be, let's say, to be more in tune with the body, like to eat more often because it feels good for the body, to go to the toilet when my body wants to and not when my mind wants to. No, just read a little more, then you can go to the toilet. No, you are in a conversation, so hold it for 30 minutes. I don't know. Or
Yeah.
watch the next reel or the next video, and then you can. No, the body is feeling it now, so go.
Yeah. Nice.
The body is hungry, so do that. The body wants to experience how it is to be close to someone. Um, so do that.
Mm,
It's very nice.
beautiful. Yeah. So simple, profound.
Hmm. Yeah, like listening to you helped a lot, Suzanne.
Mm. Oh, good.
Just how it is going for you, you know? It's just to hear that and to hear, oh, I'm not the only one who's going through this.
Mm,
And this is normal, you know? This is normal. It's not crazy and I have to fix it and I'm losing my mind and my body and everything. No. there are people or so for whom this is normal too, and this really helps. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for sharing.
Oh, oh, thanks so much for saying that. That's appreciated.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, the body becomes really the only thing, and that's really beautiful.
Mm. Do you think right now this meeting is a space to talk about the issue of like, let's say, being molested as a child?
Yeah, you could talk about whatever you want.
Okay,
It's fine.
thank you.
Yeah.
Recently, I had a thought. There was a situation I was talking with friends about piercings, you know, like the wherever you want to get them. And then I thought, maybe getting it like in a certain area, wherever. Um, and then I felt something in the body when I was talking about this with my friends. And then I realized that over the years, or maybe for, I don't know, I just felt that that the body does not want to be or feel in a way that someone could like or want that body. And this was very interesting to me.
Mm.
Why doesn't want to, for example, I don't, I think there is a right word in English to express that, but I don't get it right now. Um, but for example, the body does not want to feel sexy, for example, because when this body feels sexy, someone else could feel the same towards this body, could feel attracted, could feel that I don't know how to describe it in the right way, but if this body feels good or sexy or whatever, another body or what or whomever could feel the same about this and could try to engage into that direction here. And this was so interesting to me to feel that.
Mm. Mm.
And then now it's clear, but I think it wasn't that clear before, that it makes so much sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, what you just said was so beautiful. Yeah, it doesn't want to be objectified, sexualized. Actually, it doesn't feel good anymore.
Yeah, and in that regard, I think, or in my mind, I connected the dots to what happened when I was a child. Like just being myself, you know, just being myself, and then of course the body or the mind feels responsible for what other do to you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, kids have no option but to put it on them. Like, what did I do wrong or blame themselves? Um, Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I can say adults too, not just kids, but
Mm.
especially children, you know?
Man, and the children are so innocent, you know? And especially children are not no sexual objects,
Yeah.
especially not. And yeah, it was interesting to feel that the body does not want to feel in that way, so that this, what happened many years ago, will not happen again. This was
Mm,
interesting to me, that thought.
yeah.
But now that I talk about this right here, right now, I feel like, okay, but now I'm a grown person. Now I can say, no, I don't want this. Fuck off. Whatever.
Hmm.
Whatever arises in that moment. Sometimes, I don't know. Don't have to talk about this too much, but sometimes people like don't get it. You you say no, get the fuck off, and they stay and they get even closer. Like, eh? How?
Hmm.
How is that possible?
Yeah.
Eh? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how dangerous people can be.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I think now I'm a little bit how to say um I think nowadays I'm a little bit more sensitive towards that issue. For example, that older people, especially men, are sometimes very touchy towards children.
Mm,
Um, and of course, there's nothing wrong with touching, but you can somehow feel or sense the intention of it.
mm,
Like it's not your child. Why do you clap the ass of that child? It's for whoa,
mm,
chill, man.
yeah.
And it's still going on. Like you could say, oh, we are in a time 2025, like everyone is aware, everyone would, I don't know, intervene or whatever, but it's still going on. And I guess a lot, still a lot,
Yeah.
that adults do that kind of stuff to young beings, to young humans.
Yeah. It's really twisted. Yeah. Sexual energy, when you really can see it for what it is, it can be quite dangerous. It's almost like a possession, like you're possessed by this energy. Um, yeah. I mean, I don't know what it's like in their bodies, but yeah, it might almost be like uncontrollable. I'm not making that as an excuse. It's still disgusting, and they should understand that this totally changes someone's life in such a harmful way that they have to deal with their entire life, and it affects everything in their life, everything. I think there's also ways they justify, like it's not a big deal. Perhaps, I don't know, but it's like if you actually went through something like that, yeah, the amount of suffering that you have to deal with your entire life is just
Yeah, and sometimes it's Sometimes it's a little bit sad too, because then you are later you are an adult living your own life, and maybe you are in a very loving relationship or whatever, and all the stuff is coming up, for example, and then you have to move away from the person who didn't do anything to you and who really likes and loves you, maybe, and it's not, yeah, and you could make a very good experience, but maybe it's so much coming up of your past that you really have to yeah, deal with it, and it's very dumb. And yeah,
Yeah, it can be very intense. I mean, that's why it does take a lot of it's okay that that stuff is coming up. It makes complete sense. Um, yeah, and then it takes understanding for the other person. Like this body has been traumatized and it will respond and react in certain ways, and it's completely understandable.
yeah, sure. And it feels that more and more people are open for that, to especially young people like my age, like around 30 above, or like younger, and people, or maybe just in my environment, but people are very aware of it and supportive
Yeah.
nowadays, and that's nice.
Because I think it happens to so many more people than, yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of sadly a common thing.
Like for example, in Germany, there was a study going on that in every class, in school, in every class, there are two children who are experiencing that.
Mm,
That's too much. That's
yep.
and I once went down the rabbit hole in the internet, um, looking through websites of people who do these things, and as like you mentioned before, maybe they have stuff to justify it, and they have crazy narratives about this, actually, to justify it. I don't want to get more into detail because I think it's no need to, but there, there's okay, yeah. Anyway, um,
Well, yeah, I don't know this for sure, but it can be normalized. Like if it happened to them, let's say, it can be sort of normalized to them in a way, which is it's really sick, but it's like maybe that's their reality, you know?
mm, so maybe they justified why it happened to them as well, right?
Um, yeah, I mean, I think if you haven't felt the true pain of it, then you're living on the surface of the pain. And it's like, well, happened to me can happen to someone else. Like, I don't know. I'm just making that up. But if you're unable to access the true hurt of that, it's like, how can you even do that to someone else if you feel what it has done to you?
That's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy because it's a thing. It's not like you, for example, you break your bone in your leg, and then you get an operation, and then you go to rehab. No, like you have to learn to walk again, stuff like this, and after 2 years you are done. It's not like that.
Mhm. No.
It's so deep. It's so deep and it's so powerful sometimes. And it can take years, decades. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Mm,
I have one question. I don't know. Maybe something is arising for you there, but I was thinking about or one reason why I raised my hand here was the question. Like I think after this happened to me when I was I don't know around I don't know but maybe between 6 and 9. Um, I think I internally I overcompensated to it, like getting pretty aggressive physically and mentally to others, to myself. Maybe to don't feel it anymore. I don't know. Did a lot of harm with that as well.
that
Um,
makes total sense, of course.
mm, and I think right now I'm at a point where or yeah, what I was thinking was like it happened so like over 20 years ago, and I cannot make that away. It happened, right? So damn boy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, living in this world, we're gonna be, things are gonna happen to us. We're gonna meet pretty shitty people. Um, Sometimes this is really not gonna be in our control at all. And it's common, you're not the only one, and it doesn't define you at all. It doesn't mean anything
Mm,
about you. For me too, like sexual trauma was the thing that drove me to this kind of stuff because it was so intolerable. It affected every aspect of my life, every aspect. I couldn't live with myself, that's how bad it felt. Because it feels like you're broken, like something was done to me and I feel less than broken, unfixable, unlovable. And to live like that is horrific. It's not true, but those were the effects that it had.
be- mm. Because my thinking was like how because obviously there's shame around it that this happened to me or to whomever, and how to deal with that. Like right now when you were talking, I had the impulse or the inner picture of maybe I have to treat my body as a queen.
As a queen.
Yeah, as a
Oh,
queen. And get him or her what she deserves, like taking a good bath, like massaging it, and say, yeah, maybe it happened, yeah, but you are fucking fine. You're taking a bath, right? Like to shower it with love. This was my impulse right now.
oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, and say, although it happens, look now, look at the love now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look who you are now. Not in like a solid way, but like the fact that you're talking about it like this is just incredible.
Yeah,
It takes a
yeah.
lot to voice it, especially in a group like this or any group. And yeah, it's remarkable.
Mhm.
Yeah, there are a lot of harmful people out there. Um, I think in a way, like let your body feel all aspects of it. Like you said, maybe before there was an aspect that was intensely angry, which makes complete sense. Um, I think I had to feel everything, all of it. The disgust toward myself, the disgust toward the other, anger, so much sadness, so much pain. And throughout that, if you allow the body to really feel all of it, knowing that it can never land anywhere as if it's absolute truth, but it's allowed to feel exactly the way it does, the story can start to have less of a hold on you. It doesn't define you. It doesn't define who you are. Um, it can still affect the body. Like let's say if it's in a intimate circumstance or something, those things have to come up. If it arises, it's okay. It makes complete sense. Because
Thank
it's
you.
one, yeah, because it's one thing to say like, okay, the story doesn't define me and stuff, but like it's more about like what the body feels. The body that therefore obviously it needs to be allowed to react or respond any way that it does, which is it's healthy if it has the space to do so.
Mhm. I think this here has a lot of reasons to be very angry.
Yeah, I can relate to that a lot. I used to think I had a anger issue when I was younger
Mm.
because so I was basically raised in an environment where it was like suppress yourself. That's the advice that I got. It was like be patient, hold it in. That's often the response and reflection that I got. So and then in fearful instances where someone is very dominant and you're like in an intimate setting and stuff, like it was really hard for me to voice. The automatic thing was like suppress, hold it in. Yeah, it's not a big deal. And um and so how can anger not be a very normal, healthy response to constantly being suppressed all the time and really being taken advantage of time and time again because of that kind of hardwiring in the body since a young age? And it's like, yeah, it makes total sense. It's like if you're constantly telling an animal to like, shut up and don't hold it in. I mean, not that they would respond, but it is kind of like beating an animal and expecting them to just like sit there.
And still smile.
Yeah,
Mm. Yeah. Mm. Is it still okay to share a thought that I have right now?
sure. Yeah.
And yeah, as you said and mentioned, I also can really relate what you said to the anger thing when you were younger. Um, but I didn't think I have a anger issue. I just thought this is normal, that like everyone has it in that way. Mm. And my mom used to ask me, why do you hate your mother?
Your mom asked you
Um,
that?
yeah. Ah, ah. And I always said, what the hell? I don't hate you. Shut up, or whatever I said. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh. Why did
Yeah,
she say that? Just in response to the
me
amount of
being
anger.
angry,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, since I'm small, I had like problems with her. She was a single parent, and we yeah, whatever. Yeah, and she used to ask me sometimes, like, why do you hate your mom? And now maybe it's just a story, but yeah, I was so angry towards you because you didn't protect me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes total because you couldn't see it. What the hell?
Hmm.
I just let this weird guy in my life. I just let that weird guy in my life in the first place because you weren't emotionally whatever available to me.
Hmm.
So I'm fucking angry towards you
Yeah.
because I'm in that messed up situation because of you.
Hmm.
I can't tell you. I can't tell you what happened. Um, but I'm fucking angry.
Yeah. Makes total sense.
And yeah, whatever. It's wonderful to see that now, like being safe and to see and feel that now.
Hmm. Oh, beautiful. So glad.
And the body did so much. The body did so much. The body is crazy. The body, what the body can do over the years, over decades, it's crazy. It's unimaginable what the body can do, what the body can actually do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really is incredible. Yeah. It should have died by now,
Yeah, I don't
the
know.
amount that it goes through.
Yeah, it's really a miracle.
Yeah, it's
Like, why
really
isn't it
resilient.
dying?
Yeah.
Why is it like how? Like
It's
more and
crazy.
more and more stuff and more and then if you maybe you have times and you're not connected with your body or with yourself, and then you punish your body. Even so, you pun from the outside isn't enough. You start to punish it also, maybe even
Mm-hmm.
harder than the outside, and it's still alive. And it's still there, and it still lets you enjoy the sun and nice meals and let you feel whatever it is. It's it's so wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
And then you can say, oh, this is bad, and this is bad, and this is bad about my body. But man, it makes total sense that the body is how it is right now.
Beautiful.
And to be at ease with that, maybe when it's possible, I don't know. But nowadays it's more easy to be with that. And right now I also feel thankful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow, what a thing.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful thing to not berate the body. It's so harsh what we end up learning and doing to the body. It's like, wow, just twisting it up, controlling it, confining it, restricting it. It's so much tightness. It's a fucking prison. Um, but yeah, to just, yeah, that kind of, I guess, yeah, okayness with it is like, it's so profound.
And it somehow makes total sense because sometimes you mention, or I receive it in that way, but you mention how, I don't know, the things who are going on for you, it runs through, it just runs through when it wants. I don't know how if you would describe it different, I guess, but and it makes totally sense that the body changes when it's actually allowed to feel everything. It makes total sense that the body changes because it does not have to withhold everything, to hold everything back. And makes totally sense that it will be different. I don't know how,
Yeah.
but
Oh, it completely transforms the body.
mhm.
Yeah. It's I the if I had to say like very simplistically, it's like this is like unsuppressing the body. You know, it's just
Mm.
allowed to be as it is, as it is, as it is, and it has a reason for being that way. It's okay. It's okay. But what everyone else is saying is the complete opposite of that. There's always something wrong, something to do, something to change. It's not good enough. You're not there yet. And it's always just the opposite. All you're doing is suppressing again and again and again and again. So this this is freedom, like true freedom for the body, and it completely transforms it in all the ways.
Wow. Yeah. Um, as I said in the beginning, but thank you so much for all you do because it allows me here to allow more what's going on up here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so
So
glad. Yeah. And it's really deeply appreciated, everything you shared and said. I think it's remarkable.
thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Evo. Big hug to you. Hi, Tatiana.
Hi, Suzanne. Hi, everyone.
It's nice to see
Oh,
you.
it was so good to listen to you in the beginning and your conversation with Evil. I relate in some way.
Mm,
I'm feeling calmer.
mm, good.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say because the last 2 weeks was so awful,
Mm-hmm.
so awful.
Mm,
Like when I say that it seems it's getting worse, but it's not. It's just we become more aware of things, and it comes in waves, like you said. It seems something disappear, and then it comes worse. And I wasn't expecting that. Like, well, what I'm perceiving is that the it's really it's been so hard to deal with my mom's disease. I wasn't giving so much attention to that because I was so with me, myself, my things, and what is really I'm in touch with. I mean, she's losing her mind. Basically, it's like she's. I look to her like dying every day a little bit.
mm,
At least the way I knew her,
yeah.
and it's and with this and living with them and in touch with death, with this thing, because they're old and they will die, and it's been hard because I really didn't. It's like I don't know how to take care of myself. Like I'm seeing how I lived for them. The meaning of life was family and
Yeah.
religion and completely deluded with dreams that didn't happen. So I just couldn't handle. That's why I said that it's getting worse because I stay so many much of my time watching TV. Even I know what I am doing. So to realize is that without those dreams, I really have to learn how to live. It's so crazy,
Mm,
so crazy because I don't have the drive anymore to pursue those illusions,
yeah.
and nothing satisfies. I get some relief when I go in nature, and it's good because it gives some comfort, but man, nothing satisfies,
Yeah.
nothing. And oh, that's it, I think. It's
Mm,
so much fear
mm,
and trying to, that's what you were talking about, right? It's the basic needs for the body that we have to look for, I think.
yeah.
but I'm not able to do this
Yeah.
basic.
Mm-hmm. I know.
So yeah, right. And I keep trying to figure it out why. Why? Just exercise every day. It will do good for the body. But why? I
Mm.
cannot. Why? Why I cannot have some pleasure to make a meal? I don't even take, I give care to food. I eat whatever. I don't. Yeah, I'm completely.
Yeah. That makes 100% sense. Oh, am I echoing?
Hmm?
Hello?
Oi, I'm here.
Hello, hello. Okay. It's still echoing. Do other people hear it echoing? Do you hear it echoing?
I don't.
Uh, Forget about it. All right. Um, so what you described, I'm still echoing. I'm sorry. Hmm. Hello. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, oh God, it's so um what you described is exactly how it's gonna be. As you lose the the it's like losing the flavor to life, how you experienced it before. Um, you won't be getting the joy out of it in the same way, or um so this is how it feels when it's being stripped away, and I know it's highly uncomfortable and not preferred at all. And I've had similar thoughts of like, why can't I just exercise? Why? I know it's good for me. I know it might make me feel better, but this completely changes the energy in the body. Like you can't really force it to do um, a lot of things because it's processing so much. It's going through so much. Um, so even the basics will be quite difficult here. It's not your fault. It's not that you're doing anything wrong. It's not that you're not trying hard enough. It has nothing to do with that. It's like the body saying, I can't. I just can't, no matter what the mind says, you know. And in a way, that's part of the death. You can't listen. The mind isn't in control in that way anymore. The body has all the say, kind of. And so overall, it's a good thing, but it's not going to feel nice. You're going to feel quite depleted. I mean, what you're going through with your parents too, it's not an easy thing to see them deteriorate like that and to see them change and to lose your idea of them and what they meant to you and who they are to you. Like that is a death that you're experiencing. And of course it's going to be hard and sad.
Yeah, it's like the resistance is worse. It's stronger. The resistance to accept that this is it. That is the situation. That is my life now.
Mm-hmm.
That it wasn't imagined at all that I was.
Yeah. No, this is not preferred at all. It's you're not going to accept it. The fight against it is going to be there. That's very normal and natural. Why would you want to feel this way and go through this?
Yeah, Yeah, that's it. It's like, yeah, really hard because
It is.
I always try to accept that, but I can't. I live in this resistance mode completely. I wake up every day and when I am irritated and not patient and like revolting myself. But that's reality
Yeah.
right now. And that's it. I want to say it's really hard.
Yeah. What I can say is that the body's in completely different territory. It's never felt this bad and this sort of out of control, meaning you can't force it to do what you were able to force it to do before. And it, since it has all the say, and you can't force yourself to not feel, irritated and dissatisfied, of course, there will be a not wanting it. Like that is very normal and understandable. Um, Fighting against that also just makes it worse. Like it's just not preferred for the body to be here, and it can be quite alarming. Um, I remember in different ways after struggling for a while, like kind of fighting it, not knowing I was fighting it, because you kind of have to allow the fight as well. But after a while, I remember there were periods where even though the body was dragging itself around every day, just trying to do little bits of things just to get by, there was more and more of, yeah, this is how it is. I've tried to fight it. I've tried to make it otherwise. It doesn't help, and something just collapses. And it's like it is what it is. It's not preferred. I don't want to be this way. I would rather have more energy. I would rather not look so tired. Um, and then certain fears can arise, like what will other people think if they see me? And um, so all of that stuff can be triggered. And it really is kind of like the identity is being burned away. Everything that you thought, everything that was familiar to you is not anymore. Um, and all the advice that's out there, um, maybe some of it can be a little bit helpful, but the majority of it will make you feel even worse. So sometimes I would say you can listen to that stuff, but really don't believe what they're saying. They're coming from a completely different place where they will label this as depression or a huge problem, and there's a way to get out of it. But honestly, energetically, how you feel it, you have no choice. It is what it is. This is how it is. If you want to go through what everyone else is desperately trying to get away from their entire life, you have to like go through it. Again, it's not a choice, but basically that's what's happening now. It's like I have no choice but to basically burn in what I've been avoiding and pushing away and desperate to. Yeah, it's just, you know, everyone's just living on top of that. So you can know that everyone has that underneath. Like if they actually did go through this, they would feel the exact same way. It would be quite a normal thing that would happen. Um, yeah, it doesn't define you. It doesn't say anything about you. What I also noticed sometimes is like it depends, but people don't care that much. Like they don't really know how it is for you when they just look at you. So meaning I think there was a fear of like, oh, people are gonna think a certain thing because I look so tired all the time and I talk really slowly and I move kind of slowly and but honestly, it's like so what? And people don't really notice that much. And I
Yeah,
also
what
saw
I
that. Mhm.
what I say.
No, you go first.
Yeah, I am noticing that I don't want to talk any kind of interaction. I just don't feel like I have nothing to say. I have nothing to hear. I don't want to talk. It's like everything. I don't care. It's
Hmm.
like it's boring being as I am, talking to friends and it's just random talking. Like I'm not interested in. I am there. I am interacting, but it's like yeah, nobody will understand, and I am not interested in anything really. So
Yep.
and makes me my best friend. It's like a sister to me. She always come with I have a friend who's like that. It's depression. You take a pill and you get better because what I'm going to say to her, just like no, I don't want this. But you know how people see you. This is
Yeah.
so I don't have anything to say to her anymore. Like even our bond is so strong, but at the same time, for me, it's changing the way I can relate with her.
Yeah. That makes total sense.
But makes me doubt, like perhaps I am not, perhaps I am really depressed and I should take medicine because yeah, this is not any path, any nothing happening. I am just a mess. I should be normal again.
Hmm.
But that's what you said. It's not a choice. It's not a choice. I have no control, really, really.
Yeah. Yeah. And
But
those doubts
I
are very normal, you know?
uh,
Like maybe I should take this or that or like that came up a lot for me too, but it's like I don't think that that will really help me. I think that that would make it worse.
yes, yes, for sure. But it's okay. It's how it is. So it's
Mm.
good to be here and listen to you and to know that that's the way.
Mhm.
That's the really the way to face
Right.
things. And
Yeah.
I just
Mhm.
it was good to listen to you in the beginning because it's like hope that yes, there is a better way to live. That
Mm.
perhaps still there is suffering, still the very few things, but it's better. It's not this mess. It's
Yeah.
clearer. It's
Beautiful.
more peaceful. And that's what I want. That's
Yeah.
what I want.
Yeah, it's more real. It is actually giving the body an opportunity to feel um to a degree that it was never able to before, to access things it was never able to before, to feel the pain and the um maybe beauty won't come in so much, but like to really feel the pain of life. Like this is what it's like to be a human. Um I'm not saying forever. I'm not saying it will last forever, but I'm saying like that this is reality. It's like it's difficult. And by you sharing, honestly, I there are a lot of people who feel exactly the way that you do and are going through that, and they it's really hard to verbalize it, and they think that there's something wrong with them, and that it does make it worse when you feel when you don't have the context, or you blame it on yourself, or um because everything around you is telling you like, yeah, you have responsibility, you should be able to, or like that's the flavor and tone of what they say, and it like it does not help, it does not feel good.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah, thanks for expressing everything, I really appreciate it. Very brave of you. Mhm.
Okay.
Hey Tara,
Hi, Suzanne.
nice to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Oh, let me use my microphone.
Okay. I've had an emotional last couple days. I'm more worried about politics stuff and stuff I've seen. And just, yeah, I broke down yesterday and the day before, and just fear that like the worst things will happen.
Hmm.
Um, and that I won't be able to get away from it.
You want to say what the fears are?
I'm scared of it becoming like an actual like outright genocide and it being like followed through with and not being able to be stopped. I saw in the prison they've been sending people, and I heard Donald Trump say like seemed like he was alluding to like wanting to send like mentally ill, deranged people out of the country, which is what he's vocally classified me as.
Yeah, he's insane.
And I've heard people like voice outright that like Republican politicians, other politicians outright say like their goal is to stop anyone from transitioning. Um, like that's the end goal. Um,
Oh, geez.
yeah. And it's just so much is so reminiscent of, Nazi shit. Um, just the erasure of any mention of trans people and like the erasure of research and, like the book burnings and stuff. And we were a huge initial target of the Nazis.
Hmm.
And it's hard to just, yeah, it provokes a lot in me
Of course.
because I don't know what's coming.
Hmm. Of course. Yeah, you're not the only one who's deeply affected or affected by the insanity of that. Like it's just absolute chaos.
And I hate what's currently going on. And that provokes me too, you know, that they are just putting people in just a fucking torturous prison and not allowing them to get out, not allowing them to advocate for themselves in any way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, that's why I felt like, I don't really I haven't been watching politics like last year and stuff like that, but watching it more recently just to stay up to date and um yeah, it's really atrocious like what he's doing and I'm glad that people are able to fight and resist, like
Yeah.
because that's like it's just it makes no sense. Um,
There is comfort in seeing like that like 5 million or more people organized and protested against him and stuff, but I just worry it's not gonna be enough. And like what
mm,
I just yeah, I don't know what kind of power the people are gonna have or be able to organize, and I I just don't know. Um
yeah, no one knows. But no one knows if the worst case is gonna happen or the best case. We just don't know
yeah.
either one.
I mean, it's
Um,
definitely exposing a lot of harm that's been ongoing for a long time that
mm,
like people are going to be more, aware of, and there could be good change that comes of that,
mm,
just comes of like seeing the horrific of it. Um,
totally. Yeah, he has no regard for just basic human rights. And um, in a way, I'm also like, well, he says a lot of stuff too. Do you trust his word as well? Like, will he implement everything anyways? I don't know. I don't know if, because there could be a lot of stuff going on and we'll never know what exactly is going on. Does he just want to instill fear? Does he, um, I'm glad that universities like Harvard are pushing back, and not taking his shit.
some of it's just so fucking stupid. Like the school I
Yeah.
worked at, they had to they they had a space that was the diversity, equity, inclusion center. Um, no, they still have that space. They just need to call it the center. Like what? What the fuck are you on about? Um, it's just really fucking dumb. Um,
Um, it's really atrocious. It makes sense how you feel. You're not alone. I mean, it's, yeah, a psycho is in power, basically.
yeah. And people close to me voted for him and to my knowledge still align with him, which I don't even know how to approach that. Like I just kind of I've stopped talking to a lot of my family because I just don't know. Like like if I would voice this kind of stuff, I feel like they would dismiss it because that's what it's been in the past.
Mm.
And it's just becoming more and more obvious that the stuff I was talking about in the past that they dismissed and um, you know, made like it wasn't a big deal. Like it's happening now, obviously. And I don't think they would. I, I, I guess I don't know how the conversation would go, but I don't think it would go well. I did try to reach out like a while back when it was like a couple months into after he was like placed as president. And just like I sent like a list of like six like articles that were like mostly like this is like stuff that's like targeting, people like me, and just saying like this shit has already started and it could get much worse for people like me and myself. And I mean, I didn't like their reactions did feel pretty dismissive. Um, and yeah, it
Crazy.
makes me not really want to be around them,
Of
you know.
course.
Um, and it's just like how bad can it get that you still support this person or align yourself or ignore it, or like how far can it actually go where you're still willing to be on his side? It
Mm.
just feels so mindless.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very cruel and callous. I mean,
Yeah.
someone, their family member is deeply affected. It's crazy.
Yeah. And I've had multiple moments of just, yeah, fucking terror, just breaking down in terror at the possibility and at the reality of what is happening.
Mm.
And there's been no comfort there from certain family members, and like no real, like, I mean, their initial reactions to me, like coming out and stuff, were terrible.
Mm.
Um, like really hurtful to me. And there's never been like an acknowledgement of that, really, or an apology or anything like that. But then feels like there's still this expectation that I'm still around. And part of me would like to be around, I'd like to see my little nieces and stuff, but I haven't since the past Christmas, I think. Um,
Yeah. That's
yeah.
super sad.
And it's just it's like everything just turns into horror. Like it's like last night I was on the couch and crying, and it was just complete horror at just like reality existing or something.
Mm. That makes sense.
Just like staring with eyes and just like just unavoidable terror and distress.
Mm. Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry, Tara. I'm glad that you could express it here. Makes
Yeah.
complete sense why you feel exactly the way you do. And I'm sorry that your family doesn't support you. Um,
My roommate's concerned about me. Um, and she called like a mental health crisis center, and she got some like phone numbers of some resources for some like support groups and stuff like that. So
mm,
I think I'll look into that, and that could be helpful.
mm,
Just to have, you know, that kind of space and I don't know. I think I would like to um pursue like some sort of like therapy or something. I think that
Mm,
could be good. I just worry that like the I just I worry I won't like agree with like the therapist's methods or something or won't really feel understood there. Um, but I'm sure there's someone out there. But I would just have to figure that out and like figure out like financially and stuff and
mm,
yeah. And it sucks like how much is such a financial barrier for me. Like even just like I want to get a passport to have like some level of security there. Like if I need to like go somewhere else, like I don't know, I think of like applying for like refuge in like Canada if need be or something like that. But like even that's like $160 to like get a full passport, where you can like fly to like other countries besides like going to like Canada and Mexico. You need to pay like $160, which is significant for me right now. With like moving and stuff, like money's like pretty tight. Um, and like not still not knowing what my next job is gonna be. I've been applying, but I haven't heard back um from anything yet. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty with that. Um, yeah. And my body has been really, really hurting for a
oh,
while. Um, and I don't know. I got a doctor's note, so I finally have a stool I can sit on at my current job, which that is helpful. And the doctor put me on a medication that's supposed to limit some pain. Some days have felt better. Um, but I don't know. It might be helpful. I don't know if it's um, like obviously like I want to like I don't I'd like a permanent fix to it. I don't want to um like whatever is causing my body to be in so much pain, like I want that to be finished,
mm.
not just medicated. Um, but it's something, um, yeah. I I don't know. Do you have any ideas for pain? It's like my whole body is like consistently aching
Oh yeah.
daily. Um, where like it's been hard to like do things after work, like keep up with like just like household chores and stuff like that, where it's like I'll plan like I intended like last like Sunday, I think, to like spend hours cleaning my room, but I just laid on my floor for a long time. Um, I guess, yeah, in your experience, like, do you have any like suggestions for like dealing with pain, coping with pain, like how pain ends or lessens, or
Mm.
is it just I just gotta wait and see, or
When do you think it kind of amplified with all the political stuff and how much fear the body has been feeling?
I think I think maybe. I mean, it's definitely like come and gone. Like it's been something I've dealt with like the last like 2 years.
Mm,
But in the last like yeah, I told my doctor like the last like 6 months it seemed to be to a further extent. Um, which is also like it's coincided like what made me notice like oh my God was just like was the job like immediately being so painful to go through. Like by the third day I was like I like the by the third day is when I asked like can I have a chair, and I was told no, even though I'm like yeah like everything hurts right now.
Mm.
And this is a job that I can do sitting down. And it took me months later to get a doctor's note and finally get a fucking chair.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if your body is just and going through a lot, like in general. And then with the political stuff, like it will probably feel an excess amount of fear that might be somewhat constant and affect your sleep and, how the body recuperates. Um, Overall, like I think personally, I'm opposed to medication, like, if I can avoid it, but
I'm
I,
definitely apprehensive towards it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like a painkiller kind of thing?
It's it's actually an antidepressant. It's a low dose antidepressant that's supposed to boost serotonin levels in my brain.
Hmm.
And I'm supposed to take it before I sleep. And it's supposed to help me sleep as well, which it has, which that's been really nice. And I've woke up like feeling very rested some days, which which helped. But yeah, it's just like a 10 milligram dose of this antidepressant that I'm supposed to be able to um raise by 10 milligrams like weekly as needed. But yeah, it's not it's supposed to be like not a high enough dose that it should like affect like mood in a huge way like an antidepressant would, which I've been on an antidepressant before and I fucking hated it. So I was worried about that, but I haven't had any like real negative effects from it yet, but it's only been 1 week.
Yeah, and you're on it and it's not affecting you too much negatively.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Is it affecting you negatively in any way?
The medication?
Hmm.
Not that I've noticed so far.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, not that I've noticed so far.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's just been a week. I might try phrasing it to the the two pills instead of the one pill and see if that changes anything. But yeah, I don't know. I still have been experiencing pain this week. It's been somewhat more manageable. I think the chair has really helped and like I'm sitting on the chair and like exploring the posture there and like it's like my back, like my lower back is thanking me. Um
Oh, good.
it does feel really nice.
Mm.
Yeah, it just sucks that I had I even had to like go through a doctor to even get a fucking chair. Like
Yeah.
it just feels so discompassionate um to come to someone and just be told no for bullshit reasons. Like just to be spoken just like stuff that I felt I had no response to as this woman is looking at me sitting in her own chair and the assistant manager goes in her office and like she sits down whenever she wants like it's like what are you talking about? Just give me
Mm.
a chair. I can do this. I'll be better at my job. I'll be more friendly to people if I have a chair.
Yeah.
um
Wow.
yeah, it's
That's
really
crazy.
crazy. um yeah, and I don't know. I need it's good I'm not continuing to work for them for very much longer because like I also don't get like any like paid sick days or anything. So then like if I get sick, which I did last month, that puts me in more like financial stress and like I got in a car accident. I had to take 2 days off then and just lose the pay and it's just like what the
Mm.
fuck? And it's like a food service thing. So you don't want to go there when you're sick, but it's like you feel pressure to like unless like like to like push it. Like I felt like I had to push it, um, being there because I needed to get paid.
Mm.
Um, and I probably got like sicker because of that. It's just bullshit and backwards.
Yeah.
And like, how is that even legal? Like, how do you like? Yeah,
Yeah. It's tough out there. It's not an easy time considering everything that's happening. Yeah, so I understand
it's hard to just like hard to see like all the stuff I have to like all the stupid like annoying life stuff I have to deal with on top of like just fear and big emotions and just like
totally.
it can feel really overwhelming.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not an expert in medication stuff or
Yeah.
anything, but yeah, if you find it helpful for the time being, um I guess I would be cautious of upping the dosage just because it does have effects,
Yeah.
like the getting on it and the withdrawal and um but I can see how having some support, whether it be through medication or something else, like yeah, could be nice. It's it really is a very stressful time and the body in general feels it. So I can see why when it's it seems like it is targeted to like I could see how it's even more intense. Um yeah. I
Yeah.
just want you to know like you're not wrong at all for how you feel. I feel for you, like how intense
Yeah.
it's been and how bad it's been.
Yeah. It's been, I don't know, there's definitely been moments it's been like pretty hard to cope and I've definitely fallen back on, some behaviors, just like, I don't know,
Of
just
course.
lots more like forms of like little like distracting entertainment and um yeah, getting high more often and
Yeah, makes sense.
yeah, and lots of old like negative self-images have seemed to like resurfaced, which I've talked about
Mm.
here before, but that's continued and
Oh,
um yeah, just all the yeah, just yeah, sometimes my mind is very quick to like imagine very, graphic ways of escaping. Um, Very violent stuff is just very clear in my mind sometimes.
mm,
Um, like self-violence. Um,
yeah. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
sorry to hear that. That makes total sense though, you know.
yeah,
You're not in control of that stuff. It kind of makes sense if it would be arising.
yeah. I think this is the first time I've been at a meeting with my face on a YouTube featured meeting. So
Oh,
it's my debut. I think my voice
oh,
was on like one or two of them before, but
yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Um,
Very, very brave of you for the first one exposing all of this stuff. And, people can relate. People feel the way that you do. They really do. They're terrified.
yeah. And
Um,
I remember last year also like maybe even the last like 2 years, like really disconnecting from like politics,
yeah,
and like news and stuff and just really avoiding it. And then, yeah, coming back and just seeing it more clearly than before and just being disgusted and horrified at like just just the whole thing, the whole idea of it is just crazy. And just like the idealism of people and like it's just so bizarre. Um,
yeah,
yeah, very, very bizarre.
yeah. It's such a joke. Like, how can you um respect that at all? Like, what is
Right.
going on?
Yeah. And just like, yeah, I don't know. I like, yeah, I think I long for just anarchy, just any, just any hierarchy and control and just, it just feels so crazy. Um, and just like, we just gotta deal with stuff that we never agreed to. Like we never agreed to how this is and how it functions, and it never needed to be this way, but they all made it this way, and this is here where we are, and we had no say in it.
No.
And then we just have to live our life with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone's affected. So many people are affected.
There's been some interesting like visual stuff happening, which has been kind of fun, I guess. Just like, yeah, perceiving stuff differently. It's like perceiving in like because like there's like the focal point of my vision, but then there's everything around it, and it's kind of like perceiving it in like more wholeness in ways that is surprising because there's like yeah, it's just like a little more like fluid or something, or like sometimes like yeah, there's kind of like a shimmering to anything. Um and then there's like because like when there's a focus on something, that thing becomes like singular, but then the things around it can kind of be seen as like doubled. But then sometimes there's like a more like fluidity, but like within that like doubling of the image, it's like not it it's it's like yeah, it's like two images and one image at the same time, kind of, or something. Like there's like a more like flow to it. And like I really enjoy like talking to someone and like making like pretty like solid eye contact, that being shared, and then like kind of seeing the like like seeing their face and then like the environment around them in like this really interesting way that I
Mm,
think is really beautiful. And
nice.
just noticing like the beauty of faces and anything and just the simplicity of how everything just moves and exists and just like truly seeing something beautiful in anyone or anything in just that it's here and it's appearing as it is um in ways that like yeah like we were all taught like a beauty standard, and it's not that at all.
No.
And like yeah, I can be like attracted to certain people and not others. It doesn't have something to do with that, but it's like there's the same just beauty in the way they are, even if they're like would be considered like ugly, like by a standard. And maybe they probably apply that standard to themselves. Um, but it's just really amazing, just like how anything's like shaped or you know, it's
Yeah. Yeah, that's beautifully said. Yeah, that does seem to melt away and soften a lot. All of these standards and how it affects how you perceive certain things. Like it does melt away and it's more just what it is.
yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, like even like with myself, like I know like there's been I don't know, like I've been eating more recently and there's been and like I've also gained some weight. Um and like yeah, I don't know. It's been interesting to see like yeah, my eating habits have definitely been conditioned by like how I will appear physically if I eat this way and like worry. And then also there's like this certainty like, oh, if I keep doing what I've been doing, which like I have also been like, I don't know, like the rate at which I eat ice cream sometimes is like kind of crazy. Um, which probably isn't healthy and it doesn't feel healthy. It feels like very like my body feels like sedated afterwards. And like my guts feel weird and stuff. But like recently, yeah, I've been eating like big meals and yeah, I noticed I gained weight at like the doctors. And like just like the projection out into the future of like if I continue eating how I have been, this is what's gonna happen to my body and I'm gonna be like fatter than I've ever been and it's gonna be bad. And it's
Yeah.
like I I don't know that that's actually gonna be
Hmm.
what it is. And like, um, for the longest time, I never bought myself butter, which is weird. And now I have been, and I love butter. I love the taste of it and using it and stuff. But instead, I just always used oil because, like, in my head, it seemed like healthier or something. But like, yeah, I I think I'm fine.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Nice.
And it's something that I didn't really notice was always there. Like it's just like, oh yeah, this is just how I eat. And it's fine. And then yeah, it seems just recently like I've noticed more like, oh yeah, there's like there's there's this like body image factor into like my eating habits. Um and I don't know. I mean, there's certain things that I really like. Um like with like yeah, I gained some weight, but like there's certain things about that like on my body that I really like and appreciate. Like, oh, okay, yeah. Um,
Nice.
and like being on like hormones and stuff, like my body is changing and I'm going through a lot and it probably does like sometimes like need a little like extra stuff and like my fat is moving to different places and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's an interesting thing to see and like think back like where it came from because it was taught like literally like in school, like how they teach nutrition in school and
Mm,
like just like how my mom talked about like her own body and stuff around me. Um, it's really wild. Um, it's really wild.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love what you're saying. It um it reminds me of I think for the past, like, let's say last year and a while before that, it really did feel like the body was just kind of telling me when it was hungry, and that was mostly it. But then when I went through some stuff and was grieving a lot, I heard the term like grief eating, and that's what I was doing. And I gained a good amount of weight like quickly. And there was the same thought of like, if this continues, like, am I just gonna, you know? Um, but once I heard that term like grief eating, I there was a lot more like it just needs it right now. And it makes total sense. And it's probably good for it in a way, even though sometimes I didn't feel so good because of it. But it's yeah, it's beautiful to see it from a different place.
Easter today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're amazing, Tara. I'm sorry it's so tough.
I do really appreciate you.
Hmm. I know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Where would I be without you? You have had a very big effect on my life. Um,
Hmm.
yeah. But who knows how it would have gone otherwise? I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah. I appreciate you sharing everything, like so honestly and vulnerably, and being so open about it, because many people feel exactly the same way. And it's a lot. When the body's in fear like this, it will bring up a lot of different things, the effects it has is just it's just ginormous on the body. So in a way, no wonder it's feeling this much pain and probably more chronically tense than it was before. So it will have an effect. And
Is there anything you did in moments that seemed to like let go and like release, or is it just like, oh, I don't know why that happened, but it did. Um, like it
yeah,
it really does seem like anything I do like doesn't really help to a huge extent. Like even like I've been stretching. I don't know. I haven't done like a full like yoga thing or anything. Like maybe I could try it out. Um, I used to like doing the whatever the kind of yoga is where you like sit in it for like one pose for like 3 minutes and like really like melt down into it. I thought that was awesome. Maybe I could give that a try, but yeah, I've tried like I don't know. I've been laying on the floor and like dancing around sometimes and like there's stuff that like seems to help in moments, but then like I woke up today and like everything just feels like just fucking tensed up and it's just like yeah, I don't know. I just
Yeah. In the past I used to take baths.
yeah.
The warm hot water seemed to do something. Yeah, taking hot showers and just letting it fall on your back for a long time. Um, a friend lent me this massage thing. It just basically you turn it on and it just like hits your body. But it seemed to, at least release something just for the
Yeah.
moment. And I would do it all over the body. Um, yeah, and knowing that it's not in your control and that it's okay that it's I know it's not preferred at all, but it's like it makes sense why it's that tense. Um, to me, I'm like, I don't know if exercise will do that much good, but I can see how little bursts of dancing, jogging, um, yeah, deep stretching and breathing into things, but not from a place of like I should or have to. When it just I think you can sense when the body has some more energy to do that kind of stuff. It sounds
Yeah.
like you're doing everything you can, you know?
It's just hard because it's got a massive effect on my life, you know. Um,
Of course.
yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking about maybe going for like a little walk today. It's been a while since I've been outside. I think that could be nice.
Mm.
Um, yeah, maybe walk out to the woods. Um, I'm moving away from those woods very soon,
Oh,
so maybe spend some nice quality time out there before I go. Because it'll be like an hour and a half bus ride if I want to get up and like hike over there sometime, which I definitely could do, but it would be a more like special occasion thing versus like just a casual walk out there. Um,
right.
but there will be a lots of woods where I'm moving to, so
Oh,
that'll also be nice. Um,
good. Yeah, nature
yeah,
helps.
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Um, uh, yeah, nature's not going away.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Yeah, I just want you to know that, we all love you and support you and deeply appreciate you.
I appreciate everyone here, even the people that I've never seen until today. Yeah, this is a good group.
Yeah, very sweet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, Tara. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate everything you said. Big hug to you. All righty, everyone. Thanks for being here and have a lovely rest of your Sunday. Lots of love to you guys. Bye.